I think it's time that we talk about algorithms in video games and how computers, algorithms, AI affects the future of video games and how we as players are put into them. I'm a beautiful and lovely gamers. As always, my name is Jonal. If you like this type of content, you want to support the channel, help out, a like on the video helps greatly against the algorithms. As I'm a small content creator, simply go for a comment down below with your opinion. There's a lot of people that have very different opinion than mine, and some I agree, and I would like to have that discussion going on. It also helps the channel, of course, to drop a comment. And if you guys could subscribe to the channel, it would be amazing if we did 20,000 subscribers before the end of the year. As of making this video, we're about 500 subscribers away from 20k. It would be an absolute dream if we could hit that before the end of this year, which is in about only 2 months. So if you want to support it, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so you actually get notified when I post a video. Our Discord, Twitch, and Twitter. It's also linked down in the description. If you want to hit me a follow on Twitter or join the amazing Discord community, go into the description, join those, hit me a follow. Again, as always, thank you guys so much. Now let's talk about skill-based matchmaking, as it's called. Essentially, that video games are trying to make algorithms and ways to put you in skill brackets with people of your own rank or your own skill level. And they do this in a matter of different ways. But let's first talk about that. What is an algorithm? Now, if you studied programming, like I have a bachelor's degree in programming network, I work as a system developer, we know algorithms as just a formula for solving a problem. It is it's a sequence of very specific actions to get to the solution, right? And that is all an algorithm in theory is, right, on the very surface level, right? So you can write algorithms such as Dijkstra's algorithm, which is a way to find the shortest path from point A to point B in a weighted graph. So a graph where there's a bunch of nodes, also known as a bunch of points, like a dots, and going from one dot to another cost a specific amount of points, like 5 or 2. And then you have to traverse this like into this interconnected graph, right, with all these dots that are connected to each other to reach point B, and you need to do it in the most efficient way possible. And Dijkstra is one way of doing that. I will link to Dijkstra's algorithm down in the description if you want to check it out. It's kind of cool if you like IT and that kind of like nerdy problem solving things, which I find absolutely amazing. But that's what an algorithm is. And I think that there's a lot of good and bad arguments. I've been watching a lot of videos from Call of Duty, Modern Warfare players, to even Fortnite players. Even though I don't play Fortnite, I think it's fun to look at the arguments made for it. And I want to give my opinion as a esport coach, as somebody to play games very competitively, and are kind of like, I don't try hard a lot of my lobbies. There's some games where I, really try, right, in my ranked games and so on. But even when I play casually competitively, I just kind of play the game and get accused of being sweaty because I am, holding an angle in Valorant, which you're supposed to do. And that's just how I play the game. I'm not particularly trying anything like fancy or like being like really, really like, face glued into my monitor. But I'm still just playing the game. And for me, I don't find that sweaty. And I personally don't find lobbies that are difficult to be bad, in my opinion. Like, I think that there are two very specific ways to look at it, which I think there's a really great divide. And I think that a lot of games, at least Overwatch and Valorant, but especially Overwatch, have really good way of balancing it. So we have two game modes. We have ranked and unrated, or ranked and quick play, or whatever you want to call it. Ranked is very, very, very tight in the way that it puts restrictions on who joins the lobby. So if you have a rank of masters in whatever game, you won't get people from bronze into those lobbies. Obviously, you will get people around the same rank. So if your rank is 3,500, that's how many points you have. We're talking Overwatch right now. You might get in a game with people that has, 37, 3,800, and you by average, or you might get into games where the average is about 3,400, 3,300, right? Where essentially they're taking the rank of each individual player, and they're just adding those together and calculating the average of the enemy team, and then they do the same to your team, and then that's how they kind of make compositions. And there's ways that they can do this. They can do it by Also look at stuff like your hidden MMR, so what they think that which rank you actually belong in. So for example, when I play tank, I am on purposely put in very high elo lobbies, even though my tank rank currently is quite low, because they are assuming that I am a high elo tank player, and for some reason my rank is low, but they still put me in higher elo lobbies because that's where they think that I belong. Now, then there are the unrated and casual experience, and this is where I think a lot of people get it wrong. People are calling to go back to the old, Call of Duty days, and, where there was very little restriction, and you kind of just got into matchmaking. That's how I look at, for example, Battlefield games, right? Because normally a Battlefield game, how I join, I'd go to their server lists, and I just join a server that plays the maps, and then you get into this completely unfiltered area. There's some team balancing going on, but then in general, it's a completely unfiltered. Nobody looked at my rank before I got in there. Nobody looked at my skill, and that's what I feel a lot of people want, because they find that experience is far more casual. That experience is far more relaxed, and there is an argument to be made. If you're constantly playing a very, very try-hard, strict game mode such as ranked, where everybody is good, or at least your rank, as good as you, by average, then you are being forced to play it very meta. You're supposed to use meta weapons, meta strategies, meta agents, heroes, champions, whatever game you're playing. And that can for some people be very frustrating because all you want to do is relax. Now that is one way of looking at it. And I think you need to look at it game by game, right? Like it could be fun to play in battle royales, right? It can be fun if there would be a rank mode and a casual mode, and the casual mode was not as try hard. Every time I play Warzone, I don't really feel that. I feel that there's a bunch of kind of noobs in the lobby, and then there are some really good players that I think can match my skill level, but that's really all that I feel when I come to that type of game. But I'm going off on a tangent. What I mean to say is that when I'm playing a casual quick play game of Overwatch, unrated game, and I'm playing whatever agent or hero or whatever I'm playing, I normally feel that the challenge is good. I personally don't want to get put in lobbies where there are bronze and silver players. I want to play, and it's great that what they have done is essentially just limit the restriction. They don't put me in a lobby full with grandmasters and top 500s and master players or whatever. They put me in a lobby, and there might be some people that are platinum, maybe even some gold players, some diamond players, right? But they generally keep it in my wheelhouse. They don't put brand new level 1 players that never played the game before in my lobbies. They don't put people from bronze and silver in my lobbies. Even in unrated games, people that have that kind of skill level. They put people that are in the general vicinity. Essentially, they just widen the scope of their algorithm. They say, we don't really care as much if you get somebody that is Masters or Grandmaster, or if you get a Diamond or Platinum. It's fine. We can have a couple of them, as long as we have, as long as we have something to equal it out, and we think that both teams are somewhat balanced. And when we talk about these team-based, competitive titles like League of Legends or Valorant or Overwatch, it is vital to the enjoyment of those games to not have skill-based matchmaking. To have skill-based matchmaking, but also to understand that there should be, in my opinion, always a ranked and a casual mode. And I think that also is what there should be for Battle Royale games. Ranked mode should be people of your own rank. Apex Legends, for example, have ranked mode where you play against people of your own rank. Here you can be sweaty as fuck and do whatever you want. Unrated still don't put you against people that is significantly, some are really trash and some are absolute professional players. They don't do that, but they widen the scope and they keep it far more light and breezy. And it does, if you want to be really, really sweaty and you're a sweaty player that really just want to try hard, you go to a ranked game. And if you don't, and you just want to have more fun, you go to a more casual title, or a more casual game mode. And I think that separation is important. But I personally don't think that it would be good if they literally just removed all skill-based matchmaking and essentially made professional players be able to play against people that are brand new to the game. Professional players play against people that are, literally like the lowest rank possible when it comes to skill level. It would not be challenging for the professional players. If you're like me, it wouldn't be challenging in a way that you wouldn't improve anything. Stomping on people that are 4 ranks below you right? A master player in Overwatch playing against a silver is not challenging for the master player. He's not learning anything. And everything is chaos, because that means that his teammates might also be silver. I mean, he's playing with people that are far worse than him. So for the good players, it's not fun. And for the silver players, who are just trying to kind of learn the game, maybe check out some of the weapons, right, are getting absolutely stomped by this incredibly talented player that has put way too many hours in the game, and is, even when he's just relaxing, is so much mechanically and also games is just better than the player. So it's not fun for the high elo player. At least I don't think that it would be fun or beneficial for the player in the long run if there's no filter whatsoever. But yes, in my opinion, every game, including Warzone, should have a rank mode. I don't care if how accurate the rank mode is. I think that it's not difficult to make an accurate rank mode. There's so many thoughts I've done it successfully. There should be a rank mode that you can grind and have fun in, that also incentivizes people like me to play more. And those should be very tightly restricted. And then there should be a casual mode, because by introducing a rank mode, you have an option as a sweaty player. The problem, in my opinion, with games like Warzone, where there is a form of skill-based matchmaking, even though I still believe that if you are a really good player, there are always some people in the lobby that clearly aren't your skill level. It's more towards the end of the game where you meet really, really good and skilled player. In my opinion, by introducing rank mode, you can create a far more lax lobby with a much shotgun spread approach. But again, what is the point of playing? Let's say you're playing ranked mode, on casual mode in a battle royale, and you get put in a lobby full with just bots. Yes, you're shit on the bots, and that might be fun for you in a short while, but it's definitely not fun for the players that suck. And after a while, it's not really challenging. So my point has always just been that I don't understand why everybody is so mad at skill-based matchmaking, because what it does is that it keeps the lobbies somewhat balanced. You have normally multiple modes, one being very strict, one being a little bit more lax, where the games can be casually fun. You can practice, you can just try out some stuff, but you shouldn't go on to playing against people that is so that you're so much superior than. And again, you shouldn't. It's not fun if you are a average or below average player and you get picked against essentially professionals, or at least a rank of professionals, because then you're just getting shot around corners and just absolutely dumpstered, and that's not fun for that guy that's just trying to learn his new agent or champion or gun, or just learn to play the fucking game. So in my opinion, algorithms and so on has a great place in gaming, in the way that it's a way to keep lobbies and keep stuff interesting. But what is just something that the game developers need to be aware of is to make sure that there are multiple outlets. One where it is far more relaxed, and one where it's very, very tight and regulated and very, very sweaty. And then you can grind out that sweaty lobby of rank mode, get to a high rank, and then all your games will be sweaty. Or you can say, no, I don't want to do that, and you can jump on to just a casual quick play matches, and you'll still play up against people that are decent, and you will still have to not throw the fucking game, right? But as long as you're just relaxing and just playing your game, and I do this every time. If I play quick play in Overwatch, it's just casual. I don't need to try. It's an average lobby. I just need to play my game. And when I'm playing a casual game of Valorant, it's exactly the same. If I'm playing ranked, it's a far different game mode, right? I need to actually try a little bit, and you see people playing what's meta and what they playing what's meta and so on. And that is, for me, that has always just worked. The same goes for League. When I play League, which is a MOBA, and I play Unrated or Blind, I think Blind or Draft. I mainly play Draft. It's a casual experience. You meet people that try out new champions. I try out new champions. You also meet some people that put on their fucking 500,000 mastery points main and go up against you. But I met some people that are good in those in Blind, and I met some people that are bad, and I met some people that's my average, and I think that's good. It's a very lax area, but I'm not meeting people that are fucking more challenger or masters or anything, or diamond in those unrated games, and I'm not meeting people that are way under my rank again. And I think that's the important part. So that is my personal opinion on skill-based matchmaking, and I think there are a lot of people are mad at it, and I understand why, because you don't want to be forced to just play the best of the best all the time. But in my experience in games like Valorant, Overwatch, CSGO, League of Legends, that rarely, if ever, happens. It is mainly sometimes in games like Battle Royales, stuff like Warzone, which does not have a rank mode. But for example, in Apex, it's the same thing. Unrated in Apex is kind of casual, just whatever. And ranked mode is a little bit more tryhard, where people are sticking together and actually playing around their team. And that's really all that I have on that topic. But again, tell me if I'm wrong, or tell me if I'm right, or what do you agree or disagree down in the comment section, because it is a topic that I understand a lot of people are passionate about, and I do always read all comments. I am not at a size of YouTuber where I get flooded on every single video, so I have actually have time to look at the videos, look at the responses in the comment section, and get another perspective, or at least hear people out. We can agree, we can disagree, but I think a discussion is always interesting to have about these kind of things. Hit that subscribe button, always appreciate it. 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year would be a dream. Like, comment, share this around. It's very much appreciated, guy. My Twitter, Twitch, and my Discord server is linked down in the description. Please do take care of yourselves, stay positive. I love you guys very, very much. My name is Jonal, and you guys keep the enemy in your crosshair.